one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. The prayer this morning will be offered by the good delegate from Baltimore County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. If you would please assume whatever posture you choose for prayer, reflection, or meditation. My father always started prayers with this line, and I'd like to start it with it also. Let us take a moment to express our gratitude for the many things we have. Each of us tonight will go home and have a warm bed to sleep in, a full stomach, and a feeling that we are safe. We must, and we should, and we will do everything to make sure that every other Marylander has the same feeling each day. Amen.
Amen. Quorum call.
Madam Speaker.
Has everyone recorded their presence? If so, the clerk will take the call. There being 130 members present, the House is now in session, so orders, petition, memorials, and other papers. House resolution recognizing the sponsor to introduce a group or individual.
Madam Speaker, today I rise to recognize two organizations whose contributions to our state, our nation, and our world are historic. These two organizations are both members of the Divine Nine, those historically black collegiate fraternities and sororities that comprise the Panhellenic Council. These two organizations are unique in the Divine Nine. They share a love story. The love story between Sigma brother Charles Taylor, who envisioned a sister organization that would give life and inspiration to his fraternity, and his sweetheart, Arizona Cleaver, also a student at Howard. It was on one evening in 1919 that Charles took Arizona for a walk along the reservoir, sharing with her his desire of a sister organization of finer and stronger women that would make all men proud. Arizona, excited, shared it with her friend Pearl Anna Neal, and along with three more intelligent, enthusiastic, and earnest women, built a legacy, a nation, a sisterhood. From this vision, Zeta Phi Beta sorority was born. This is a unique story. It was called The Lover's Stroll, and it is captured in a plaque at Howard University. This evening, I want to acknowledge the Women of Finer Womanhood of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Representing Zeta Phi Beta is Maryland State Director Lisa Simpson Smith, and the International Director of Training and Development, and one of the founders, actually, of what we used to call here in Annapolis Blue and White Night, Dr. Danielle Green. Recognizing 103 years of service, members please join me in congratulating the women of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Madam Speaker, permission to use the delegates' names.
Permission granted.
As I introduce my brothers of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, I would ask Delegate Brother Mike Rogers and Delegate Brother Gabe Acevero to please stand with me. On January 9th, 1914, Phi Beta Sigma was founded on the campus of Howard University by three young African-American men. The founders, A. Langston Taylor, Leonard F. Morris, and Charles I. Brown, wanted to organize a Greek letter fraternity that would truly exemplify the ideals of brotherhood, scholarship, and service. The founders deeply wished to create an organization that viewed itself as part of the general community rather than apart from the general community. They believed that each potential member should be judged by his own merits rather than his family background or affluence, without regard to race, nationality, skin tone, or texture of hair. They destined for their fraternity to exist as part of the greater brotherhood, which would be devoted to the inclusive we rather than the exclusive we. To imagine American history and the history of the African Americans without the men of Sigma would suggest a history without the poetic words and lift every voice and sing of Brother Weldon, James Weldon Johnson, or the first African American Rhodes Scholar, Elaine Leroy Locke, or the architect of the March on Washington and leader of the labor movement, A. Philip Randolph, or Bloody Sunday and the Edmund Pettus Bridge without the good trouble Congressman John Lewis, or my friend, mentor, and colleague who reminded us we are better than this, the late Congressman Elijah Cummings. Representing the Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma this evening are our Regional Director, J.R. Reeves, the Eastern Regional Director of, on our International Board, Brother J.R. Reeves, the President of the Zeta Sigma chapter of Phi Beta Sigma, the second largest chapter in the fraternity, F. LaFawn Porter, and our State Director, Brother Jasper James. Members of the House, please join me as we recognize 109 years of service to mankind with Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated.
Will the reading clerk read both resolutions?
Be it hereby known to all that the House of Delegates of Maryland offers its sincerest congratulations to the Maryland chapters of Zeta Phi Beta Incorporated in recognition of 103 years of honoring the founding principles of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood, and continued advocacy for health equity, human rights, and justice in the state of Maryland. Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated Maryland Chapter, in recognition of Phi Beta Sigma's extraordinary history of brotherhood, scholarship, and service, which has empowered generations of men to provide advocacy, community service, and engagement in Maryland. The entire membership extends best wishes on this memorable occasion and directs this resolution to be presented on the 6th day of March 2023.
Gentleman from Baltimore County.
I failed to note that with us this evening are the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated in the gallery, and men of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity as well. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You're quite welcome. Appointments. Clerk will read the appointments.
Resolved that the Speaker makes the following appointments. Rules and Executive Nominations Committee, the Honorable Bonnie Cullison, the Honorable Stephanie Smith, by order Sylvia Siegert, Chief Clerk.
Hearing no objections, the appointments are adopted. Introduction of House bills. The clerk will read the bills and their committee assignments.
House Bill 1293, Delegate Edison, House Rules. House Bill 1294, Delegate Metzger, House Rules. House Bill 1295, Delegate Coulson, House Rules. House Bill 1296, Delegate Mangione, House Rules. House Bill 1297, Delegate Ebersol, House Rules, by order Sylvia Siegert, Chief Clerk.
Clerk will read the bond initiatives and the committee assignment.
Introductory House Bond Initiatives number 48, February 28, 2023, referred to appropriations. Introductory House Bond Initiatives number 49, February 28, 2023, referred to appropriations.
Message from the Senate. Senate bills introduced in the House. Clerk will read the bills and committee assignments.
Senate Bill 79, Senator Kramer, Appropriations. Senate Bill 170, Senator Feldman, Economic Matters. Senate Bill 256, Senator Hester, Health and Government Operations. Senate Bill 535, Senator Thiel, House Health and Government Operations, by order Sylvia Siegert, Chief Clerk.
Report of the Rules Committee, report number 1. The report is a consent calendar. The clerk will read the first bill.
House Bill 1227, re-referred to Health and Government Operations.
Recognizing the majority leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the reading of HB 1227 be considered the reading of all the bills on the calendar.
So ordered. All the bills are re-referred to the appropriate committees. Report of the Committee on Rules and Executive Nominations, report number 23-A02. Clerk will read the executive nomination.
Executive nominations, January the 11th, 2023. The governor, favorable.
Question for the House is the adoption of the favorable report. Clerk will call the roll.
Madam Speaker,
Has everyone recorded their vote? Does anyone care to change their vote? Clerk will take the call. There being 131 votes in the affirmative, the nominations are adopted. Report of the Committee on Rules and Executive Nominations, report number 23-A03. Clerk will read the...
executive nominations, February the 18th, 2023. The governor, favorable.
Question for the House is the adoption of the favorable report. The clerk will call the roll.
Madam Speaker,
Has everyone recorded their vote? Clerk will take the call. There being 131 votes in the affirmative, the nominations are adopted. That ends the work of the desk. Delegation announcements. Caucus announcements. Recognizing the gentleman with the Republican caucus.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Republican caucus will meet tomorrow morning at 8:45 in room 145.
Okay. Democratic caucus.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, the House Democratic Caucus will be meeting tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. in the Prince George's delegation room. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Personal or guest announcements. Recognizing the majority leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am proud to rise to introduce a great guest, a former member of this body. I know him as the former co-chair of the WMATA Metro Work Group, but to the rest of you, he is our U.S. Attorney. Ladies and gentlemen, former Delegate Eric Barron is with us tonight.
Gentleman from Baltimore City.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Permission to use delegates' names?
Permission granted.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. On behalf of Delegates Wells and Delegate Conaway, I want to say thank you to all the constituents from District 40. Today was District 40 night. We had over 150 guests come, which included an opportunity to meet with our constituents, and we had some students come perform for one of the schools in our district. Also, up in the balcony, we have a couple of people from District 40. If all the people from District 40 who came out this evening can stand up, and if everyone can please give them a warm round of applause. Oh, and also, former Delegate Roxanne Prettyman has also joined us. Want to make sure we give her a proper shout out. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker.
Gentleman from Montgomery.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. It's my great pleasure to introduce to us all a person who was a colleague of ours from District 17. He is now a budding internet billionaire, or maybe one day. And but for those of you who remember the TV show Get Smart, for his more clandestine operations, I used to think of him as Agent 13. You want to get that number right. I am, of course, speaking of my good friend, our good friend, former Delegate Andrew Platt.
Madam Speaker.
Gentleman from Prince George's.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Permission to use delegates' names?
Permission granted.
On behalf of myself, Delegate Kevin Harris, and even Delegate Fisher, we had district night. We had district night at Governor Calvert House, and we have residents from both Calvert, Charles, and Prince George's County who hung around the galleries, asked by to give them a warm welcome. Please, thank you.
Gentleman from Baltimore County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Tonight is the start of the Jewish holiday of Purim. To help celebrate, the Baltimore Jewish Council and the Jewish Community Relations Council of Greater Washington have dropped off hamantashen at everyone's offices. These triangle-shaped pastries are part of the Purim holiday, which commemorates when, about 2,500 years ago, Esther, Queen of Persia, saved the Jewish people from a plot of mass killing by Haman, who was the advisor to the Persian king. Nowadays, the holiday is a bit like Mardi Gras, with costumes and parties and skits. It is also a time for gift giving and donating to charity. And of course, there's always food to enjoy. On behalf of the Baltimore Jewish Council and the JCRC of Greater Washington, who appreciate the work this body does, we hope you enjoy the Purim treats. Thank you.
Young lady from Howard.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Permission to use delegates' names?
Permission granted.
Thank you. I am pleased to introduce the Doctor of the Day, along with my colleagues Chair Atterbury and Delegate Terrassa. Dr. Clement Banda, who lives in District 13. Dr. Banda is a dermatologist and phlebotomist at Maryland Vein and Skin Specialties in Columbia, and we're happy to have him here with us this evening.
Recognizing the gentleman from Baltimore County.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. So in Baltimore County, we're somewhat unique in that we have the TABCO, which is the Teachers Association, but we also have a separate organization called ESPBC for Educational Support Personnel. And, well, you know, while teachers are very important, they are the foundation that holds up the infrastructure of our teaching. And so tonight, I can't see them. I'm nearly sure they're there, 92% sure they're standing up there. They're there, good. Thank you very much. I have President Jeanette Young and Vice President Joe Coughlin from Baltimore County's ESPBC.
Gentleman from Baltimore County.
Madam Speaker, this evening I feel really fortunate because joining me here on the House floor are my wife and my two lovely daughters, Valerie, Erin, Kaylin. Thank you for joining me this evening, ladies.
Gentleman from Frederick.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just want to make an announcement. There's a longtime Frederick delegate, colleague of ours, Paul Stoll, had a very dangerous fall this weekend and was medevaced to a hospital. And so just if everyone could keep his thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
Gentlelady from Howard.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just asked the body to join me in welcoming in the balcony, I think it's in the back balcony, new member of my staff, Morgan State University student, and my newest intern, India Howard.
See anything more? Today is Monday. Madam Protocol Chair.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Come on down. My sunshines. Wow, wow, wow. How are y'all today? I know it's a late day. I'm gonna make sure you get home and get a little sleep. I'm gonna get some when I get out of here. Okay. But sunshines, I want to just look at all your delegates. I want you to have fun. I want you to go visit them, learn them, ask every question you want to ask. They'll answer it. okay? Because they are the good delegates, okay? Now, when I call your name, I want you to step up and I want you to wave and let them know I am here for the first time or I'm coming back for the second and the third time. But that's okay. We love you anyway. Okay, you ready? Okay, stepping up. Number 1, Grace Carwood, Hartford County, District 34B, Edgewood High School. Joey Cho, Baltimore County, District 42A, Delaney High School. Aiden Hirsch, Calvert County, District 27C, Calvert High School. Gabrielle Moore, Charles County, District 27A, St. Charles High School. Emma Rala, Baltimore County, District 44B, Western School of Technology. Timothy Stephen Jr., Baltimore City, District 7A, Archbishop Curley High School. Mark Urban, Anne Arundel County, District 33B, Archbishop Spaulding High School. Thank you all. If I left somebody out, don't blame me. They didn't put it on the paper, but I'll get you. I want you to know I will get you next round on Friday. So I want y'all to make sure you nice sunshine. Please have a great week. Okay? Enjoy yourself and make sure you come back tomorrow. Oh. Thank you for coming all. Thank you, sunshines. You can leave. Everybody, wish the sunshine a good week. Thank you, Madam Speaker. And don't forget all you wonderful delegates. I just want to thank you, first of all. I want to thank all you wonderful people who thought of me. I don't have but 30 more to go. And I think y'all doing such a good job. But I'm going to do the best for you on April 10th. All right? You have a good night. And I want to thank everybody and thank you. $60 you owe me cornbread. Don't you forget.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Gentlelady from Baltimore County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Permission to use the delegates' names?
Permission granted.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First, I would just like to certainly welcome the District 10 night that we had. It was a wonderful fellowship at Maryland Inn, and just wanted to welcome the District 10 constituents that came down to visit us in Annapolis. And so on behalf of Madam Speaker Adrienne Jones, Delegate N. Scott Phillips, and myself, if colleagues, you could join me in welcoming our guests that are in the gallery from District 10 that are here with us. I think they might be in the gallery there, up there. So we appreciate them coming down tonight and wish them well in their safe travels. So thank you all so much.
Anyone else? Okay. Quorum call before adjournment.
Madam Speaker.
Has everyone recorded their presence? Clerk will take the call. There being 132 members present, the House is still in session, recognizing the majority leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House stands adjourned until Tuesday, March 7th at 10 a.m., Legislative Day, March 1st.